It is Power Mornings. Your boy Teddy Mora, Demi Lobo, and my brother Noah Ayala. And this is a very, very special morning because we have the honor of sitting down with the Trillist, an OG in the game of fixture, our brother Bun B. Bun B, good morning, sir.
What up, sir?
Hey, good morning, guys. How we doing?
Good morning.
We're doing all right, man. We're doing all right. This is a special morning because not only do we got the OG, we got an up-and-comer artist that Bun is real familiar with. My man is repping Indiana to the fullest. We also got Phyzikal this morning. Phyzikal, what's popping, man?
How y'all doing, man? I'm blessed to be here, man. Blessed to be here.
Now, this is
sure.
We're blessed to have both of y'all. This is many firsts, okay? First of all, we never had a rapper with Funko Pops in the background. You know what I'm saying? I see you out here collecting. And then Bun, you out here in this, it looks like you're at the store, Bun. Did we catch you in the middle of a grocery run?
Yeah, the wife got me out here on a grocery run. She wants to try. So all the new food ideas are coming from TikTok. So every now and then she'll be like, hey, I want to try this. Can you go and get this? And I'm like, I really need to be doing something right now.
I love that.
She's like, you can walk and chew bubble gum. So apparently that's what I'm doing now. I'm shopping and doing interviews at the same time.
What TikTok food? Because I'm big on TikTok food as well. What did she tell you that she wants to make?
Some Hennessy soaked chicken wings.
Yes, it's really popular.
But we don't even drink Hennessy like that. I'm like, what's going on?
I thought every black person drinks Hennessy. Like, what's up?
I mean, I drink Hennessy, but not so much that I want my food to taste like Hennessy. But my wife's a really good cook, so I'll trust her on this one.
Shout out to wifey. Whenever if the play comes out all right, you got to definitely send it out here to Cali. We would love to try that, man.
We would love that.
So I guess the question is, have you always really been into food? And I didn't know this because I feel like I've watched every interview you've been in. I've listened to all the albums. When did this food thing?
I guess you didn't pay attention to my stature. That would have told you everything you needed to know about whether or not I like food. You can look at my midsection and tell that I'm a big fan of food.
We don't want to assume, man. We don't want to assume, you know?
Yeah, no, but you know, I do have a lot of great friends in Houston who just happen to be great chefs. And so my proximity to food in the city has been, pretty normal. Like I'm known to pop up at different restaurant openings and different things. So I've been looking for a way to kind of move into the space myself. And so I finally found it with my new burger concept, Trill Burgers.
Yes, I actually wanted to go right into that. I was wondering, how did that concept come about? Was it because you love food so much that it led you into this amazing partnership? Because I want to try a burger.
Well, what happened was that the guy that I partnered with, his name is Andy Wynn. And I've known Andy for a long time now, and he's been real successful with food on the West Coast. But he had this burger concept he wanted to do, but he couldn't really do it in the West Coast. He wanted to try to branch it out further. So he reached out to me to see if I wanted to partner with him on it. I was like, well, we got to try the burger first and see if that's going to work. So we sat down, I tried the burger. I thought it was real good. We made some changes to it. I think it's perfect now. And so we about to jump this Trill Burgers off. I've been wanting to be in this space for a while, and this is fairly easy to execute. It's easy to duplicate. It's easy to keep the quality control high and the experience the same for everybody. So this is where we're starting at. It's very far from where we're going to finish, though, because we're going to jump off a lot of other food concepts over the next year or so. But right now, it's all about these Trill Burgers.
Can you hear the shopping carts in the background?
What makes a burger Trill? You got hamburgers, you got cheeseburgers, but what makes a Trill burger a Trill burger?
Me.
There we go. That's
the marketing right there, folks.
No, the secret ingredient is love, man. Like, we really love what we're doing. As a musician, there's a great feeling that you get when you hold on a second. Oh, shit. There's a great feeling that you get when you're able to give people good music and see that they appreciate it and take to it. And that's the same kind of feeling I think that, people get when you get good food. You like it, you appreciate it. It changes your mood. It can make or break your day. And so that's what we want to do with this burger, man. We really want to not just offer some good food, man, but help change people's day. We want to send you off right with this Trill Burger.
There it is, man. The ultimate marketing, the ultimate Trillist. And obviously, this is a space you wanted to do, right? Get into the restaurant business, but you're still out here grinding, man. You're still out here making music, and you linked up with Phyzikal. You guys got a new song, Hands on the Grain. Even got a video out. So, Bun, I'm gonna ask you, like, how did Phyzikal come into your surrounding, your epicenter? How did you decide, all right, this young man is somebody I want to work with now?
Well, we get a lot of offers, right? And we turn down more offers than we take. So just the fact that I was willing to work with him says a lot about him and his team, you know. And it's really about the support system, because a lot of times people want music and they want a verse, but, you know, from a business aspect, they're not really in a position to take advantage of it. And so for me, I won't just like do a feature and take somebody's money just because they're offering it to me, because I want to see these young brothers prosper and make it in this music industry. But he's got a great team behind him. They're putting a big push behind him, a lot of support behind him, and he's talented. You know what I'm saying? The dude can rap. I think the ladies gonna like him. He got a little swagger to him, you know.
Yeah.
He came pretty G'd up to the video set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the song. I like the song as well. But oh, sorry.
I've always had a lot of love in Indiana, and it was a no-brainer for us to link up.
I really love the song. Phyzikal, you've gotten a lot of different cosigns from different people you've posted on your Instagram. What was it like to get a cosign from Bun B to be like under his wing?
It definitely was a bucket list. When I came up with the record, I mean, after it was done, you know, Bun and Pimp was always in mind. And so when me and A1 the Hitman, we was sitting down, and you know, he was hearing the same thing I was hearing, and he just, you know, helped bring it to life. And I was just excited that Bun liked the record, and he wanted to be a part of it. It was just humbling to me. And you know, it was inspiring.
Now, obviously, you guys linked up for the music video, but the recording process, like, how did that work? Did y'all actually link up in the studio? Because I know, obviously, like, nowadays, it's you know, you do it differently, all right, especially with COVID and all that. But did you guys get a chance to actually link up in person before you shot the video?
No, and that would have been because of COVID more than anything. I typically like to be in a room with artists that I work with, just so I could build with them, give them some game. I know they got questions and, you know, different interests about different aspects of the industry, from recording to the business to kind of managing professional and personal. So I always prefer, especially with younger artists, to get in the room with them and chop it up with them and just kind of feel them out and let them feel me out. I didn't have the chance to do that with Phyzikal on the recording side, but we had a real good time shooting the video. You know, when you see the video, you can see the fun was there, the chemistry was very natural. It didn't seem forced, you know, because the video that we did is not just performance, like there's actual acting scenes in it and everything. So it's a fully formed video. That's what I'm saying. He's got a really, you know, really strong support system behind him that's really trying to separate him from everything else, because it's real easy to get lumped up in everything that's going on out there. But we're trying to present him differently from the musical aspect to the you know, visual aspect, and I think it's going right.
Well, Teddy, you actually talking about Bun B hustling still, like being in the game for such a long time. You were actually in LA a few days ago. I think it was last week, right? And you were rapping Big Pimpin', suited and booted, a full band, and the video went viral. Like, can you tell us about that performance? Because, like, everybody was posting about that performance last week in LA.
Yeah, so Justin Bieber's band, We the Band, periodically do jam sessions for a very private and intimate audience. This particular jam session was to celebrate Harv's birthday, one of the band members, his birthday. And the DJ and you know, musical coordinator for Justin Bieber is a good friend of mine, Tay James. He invites me out to all of them all the time. This particular party was actually a theme party, which is why I'm suited. It was actually Roaring Twenties Great Gatsby theme party. And I never had a chance to make any of the other parties. He's like, "Oh, gee, you got to come out. It's a theme. We getting G'd up. Like, you got to come out." And I was like, "All right, for this one, I'm gonna come out." But he also let me know that the band had been rehearsing some of my music in case I wanted to perform, which is basically saying, "Hey, we want you to perform." But they're an amazing band. For one, you can see that, you know, the interaction that we had and the chemistry I had with the band was amazing that night. And I mean, we just set it off, you know, it was a fun time. Delilah's is a great venue. You know, if Delilah's is listening, if y'all need somebody to come in once a month, the Bun B review is ready to roll. You know, I mean, and the crazy thing is that, like, more people want me on stage in a suit. And I'm like, I don't know if that's conducive for everything. Like, I don't know if I can pull up and Rolling Loud with the 3-piece suit on.
I think you should.
But it's definitely, but I think it's fun. You know, it's great. I really enjoy performing with live bands. I think, you know, that's really how music is supposed to be performed. Obviously, we do it without live bands, but I think at its best, music with a live band is really hard to beat.
Right.
And that's why the video went so far so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and especially for UGK stuff, because I feel like y'all were some of the first ones that really bring that funk in early. You know, with the production.
Yeah, our music. Yeah, a lot of our music is live instrumentation that's kind of chopped up into like 4-beat, sampling. So it still has that repetition that you're used to from hip hop, but the sound is a lot more fuller because it's not digital. It's all like, real instrumentation. And so it's real easy for me to do it with a band because most of it it's not like they got to figure out the keys. The keys are there, and the instruments are there. So when they, when we translate this stuff to a band, the bass player basically is just learning the bass line that the bass player played before him. Same with the guitars, the keyboardist, the drummer, all of it. So it all makes for real easy translation from the album to a live band.
Yo, OG, I got a question for you. Just talking like all before the interview, we were just like the first time we came across Drake on a mainstream level, like it was your cosign that really was like, okay, he's making that move from TV to music, and he's serious because Bun wouldn't fuck around with somebody who really wasn't about the music, right? Who didn't put that much passion into it. But since you've been an OG for everybody, who was your OG? Like, who was your OG coming into the game with UGK? Like, who was a guy that you kind of leaned on, whether they were in the music industry or not? Who was that person that you took advice from?
Oh, simple, Scarface. And I still lean on him to this day. He has always made himself available to me throughout my career. Initially professionally, but as we get older, we very, very seldom talk about music. It's really more about life and balance. He's married to a longtime friend of mine from high school. He's known my wife for many years. So, we very seldom talk about music. We don't really record a lot of music together. He's a big brother to me. And like when I get a call from Face, it's typically because he's seen something on my page and like, Bunny, what are you doing? Kind of a thing.
Well,
but he's always been there from a professional aspect, a personal aspect. He's always been in my corner. I try to be in his corner in the same way. And it's a great relationship. There's a lot of things that I was able to avoid because of the fact that I have somebody like Scarface in my phone.
That's dope. So Scarface down to Bun B. Bun B, you're kind of passing the torch down to Phyzikal. Phyzikal, what would you say when you're picking Bun B's brain? What are some of the things, you pull from him that kind of help you inspire your music?
Well, like I said, I'm a student of the game. So just like Bun was saying with the live instrumentation, that was a big thing in the music. And the song that we did is all live instruments, Terrell Sass on the drums. Then we help produce it. It's everything is live from the piano to the guitar solo you hear at the end. So just that whole feel, that embodiment of Bun and UGK, that's instrumental in me. Just the instrumentation of it alone definitely play a part in what I do.
And Phyzikal, like you've had, obviously right now working with Bun B, but you've had a story. I mean, for a lot of people who are, getting to meet you for the first time, you've been signed before. You've done the Def Jam thing, Jazzy Faye. You even spent a year in Puerto Rico, bro. I think that's what trips me out. How did you go from Indiana to Puerto Rico? How the hell? Why the hell?
Yeah, we need the details.
We need the story, man.
Well, initially I was in Indiana, and I got out of like like a Wood Youth Center type of juvenile lockup.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got out, I had all my raps ready and stuff like that. So I started going out, tearing the city up, and meeting this guy named Fred Rogers. Shout out Fred. And he came with me like a mentor, and he was kind of like a manager. And he found a guy that was originally from my city, and he was actually working out of Puerto Rico with different cats like Daddy Yankee and stuff like that at the time. And so we were interested in going and doing a situation with him. So I came to Atlanta, and at the time we met through Shakir Stewart, and then they was like, come to Puerto Rico. I only stayed for like 2 weeks, and then I ended up going to Puerto Rico, and then they wined and dined me and showed me everything, and then they tricked me in the stand. So I ended up staying in Puerto Rico that whole time for that whole year. Damn. And I would have kept staying until that's when Jazzy was like, yo, it's cold. We need to work. And then I was like kind of excited, like, yo, let me get back to the A, to the States where I can kind of, tune back in. Because it was like Puerto Rico was great, but I just wasn't the priority. You had Daddy Yankee, you had Lethal MC Cassidy, you had a lot of other people who was, you know, Tego. It was a lot of other priorities. So
yeah, did you work? So you work with Daddy Yankee? Y'all got a song together, or was that more like?
Yeah. I work with Daddy Yankee. Our song never came out, but we did a record.
That's still legendary though, for sure.
Jazzy, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you picked up some Spanish living in Puerto Rico, because I know Bun, you're from Texas, so obviously hablo un poquito español, right, Bun? Like un poquito.
Poquito, a little bit.
Simón. Poquito.
Oh.
So obviously Phyzikal, you linked up with the Spanish. You hooked it up a little bit. You know a couple words.
Yeah. I poquito, like you said.
I'm saying
I think we all know. We know the equal amount of Spanish. It's just poquito.
Yeah, which is when you're down in LA, bro. Like the Mexican ladies, the Salvadorian ladies, they're gonna be talking to you, bro. I'm just trying to set your situation right. When you come down here, you gotta make sure that you're right. You can say, "Hola, mi nombre es Phyzikal." You know what I'm saying?
Phyzikal.
You gotta get with it. You know, Bun, like you said, the mentoring shit, when you talk about Phyzikal, it's amazing how you're just talking to more than just music. Like you're talking about how you got to set the people up right. You got to make sure they're about their business. And if you see them lacking, kind of like how Scarface, you see them lacking anything, you kind of set them in the right direction. I feel like you got that OG Big Brother kind of vibe. And earlier I had spoke about Drake and how that was the first cosign that we heard from Drake, right? Like you definitely stamped him. Do you still have a mentoring relationship with Drake now, or is it more of a equal, like we're both on the same level? I just wonder how that relationship developed over the years.
Well, I think musically, obviously, he doesn't need any more help with that, right? Like he's got the music thing down packed, but he is also moving into new territory. You know, he's a new father right now. He's doing a great job at that. Typically, when Drake reaches out to me, it's really about, you know, maintaining that level of connectivity that he has with the city.
Ooh.
Definitely wants to make sure that certain things are always aligned. And but I
think we might have lost Bun B to the Matrix.
He's rolling on all cylinders, you know.
Hey, Bun.
Hello?
Bun, sorry about that. It kind of got choppy right there. I'm so sorry because we lost you a little bit. I know when you said, so typically when he calls you now, it's because, and that's when it cut off a little bit.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, so typically when I talk to him now, it's more about, you know, maintaining connectivity with the city. You know, he's always, if you look at every album, there's always that one like Houston song, you know? And so he's always, you know, making sure he's tapped in with the city, making sure, you know, he's got his ear to the street about things, you know, but this guy doesn't really need that much help anymore. He's incredibly capable of doing everything he needs to do. But I mean, he does, you know, go out of his way to make sure we're okay. You know, he's got a really great relationship with my wife, Queenie. So he will call and check on her more so than me. But it's still a lot of love there for sure.
So and
his new album is gonna be crazy, just so everybody knows.
Well, when are we getting that album, Bun? Because the whole
Bun, we know you know, Bun. When are we getting the Drake album?
You would have had it by now if he hadn't broke his foot. You would have had it. You would have had it in 2020. That's the crazy thing.
Now, are you calling him up during this whole Kanye drama? Are you telling him, yo, be easy, don't focus on Yeezy, or like you just let him do his thing?
No, I don't get in the middle of business between men. They're both grown men. They can figure it out. And if they can't figure it out, they'll do what they need to do on each side to rectify it. But no, he don't need no help with that. He's solid.
Bun, you mentioned your wife, Queenie. I know she's in the car. I just want to shout her out really quick because I remember that video last year, the way that she responded and held herself together with that craziness. So I just want to definitely shout out Queenie. But really quick, I read this story that there were rumors that UGK and 3 6 Mafia once had plans of making like a super group and forming together. Is that true at all?
Yeah. So we had actually formed a group. It was called Underground Mafia.
Yes.
And so there were 2 songs recorded. One was called Like a Pimp for UGK's album, and the other one was Sipping on Some Scissor that went on their album. So Sipping on Scissor is literally like the formation of Underground Mafia.
Right.
But we never got a chance to really flesh it out. Pimp ended up getting incarcerated a few years after that song. And then when we came back, so here's a funny story. International Players Anthem was originally an Underground Mafia song.
Okay.
But 3 6 Mafia were having issues with the label, they were trying to renegotiate their deal based off them having that recent Oscar win for you know, the song that they had.
Yeah.
And so they got into it with the label and had a little bit of conflict. So they stopped clearing them for vocals, but their production deal musically is different. So they produced the International Players Anthem. So they cleared, the production was able to clear, but their vocals wasn't able to clear. So there's actually a version of that song that has UGK and 3 6 Mafia on it instead of Outkast.
That's actually
That's
one of
legendary.
my that's one of my favorite songs of all time. I've been saying that all morning. Like the fact, the story behind it is it's incredible, but everything happens for a reason. And then the you know, the way it moved, it ended up creating such a amazing energy. Because we talked about the video, and obviously your video with Phyzikal, it's one of those videos that's like, it's more than just, we're here performing our song, right? You know, International Players Anthem. Like, what was the energy like during that shoot? Because you had so many iconic people in the same place.
If I'm not mistaken, that's right when Pimp C got back out of jail too, right? So I know everybody was excited.
So this video is very spontaneous. Almost every cameo that you see in a video was unplanned. People just started showing up. We filmed it in LA during BET Hip Hop Awards weekend. So a lot of different people was in there. So Banner, you see me in the car with David Banner. Banner just showed up in a suit.
That's dope.
Like T-Pain is in the choir. T-Pain just pulled up and showed up. You know, a lot of people just happened to be in town that weekend, saw that we were doing a video and pulled up in the hood. And we were in the hood for that video. And everybody just pulled up, and you could feel the energy. Like, we were just having a good time with family and friends.
That's what's up. Now, really quick, guys, if we could stay on the topic of music video shoots really quick, if you don't mind, and you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. I want to take it back to 2005 really quick. Beyonce's music video, Slim Thug, check on it. And Queenie was there too. You know, I had to ask you, how are you and Jay-Z? Everything great? Because I remember you recently did an interview where you said that he kicked you off a music set. I mean, this was years ago, of course, but he had you removed.
It wasn't personal.
Okay.
He just didn't want any men on the set while she was filming and revealing clothing. So it wasn't like, tell Bun B he's got to get off the set.
Okay.
They basically just asked for every man off the set while she was filming particular scenes. But Hov and I are still very good friends. I've talked to him very often. I'll probably shoot him a text every 2 weeks, or he'll send me a word about something. But we're still in very good, close communication, still very good friends. And Hov is still the man.
Speaking of Jay-Z, is it true that you guys almost didn't do Big Pimpin' at first, or Pimp C didn't want to do the song?
Yeah, because, you know, it was so different from everything that we'd done, and Jay-Z's fan base was different from our fan base. So Pimp felt like a lot of people that had never heard of us before and never heard our music would hear that song and think that that was kind of what we were about, that was our sound. And he didn't want people to get that confused, because we worked very long up to that point and very hard to like solidify our particular sound and set ourselves apart from everybody else. He just didn't want people to get UGK twisted.
Right.
Wow. That was a big moment in hip hop. I'm glad you guys did it.
I'm saying another moment where it could have gone a different way, and it's just the universe brings it together, and now you get the story of UGK and Bun B, and now we're here, and it's an honor to hang out with you guys. Like I said, both of you guys, Phyzikal and my man Bun B. We are in LA, and this week we celebrate the life of Kobe, right? His birthday Monday, and Kobe Bryant Day 8/24. So I want to start with Phyzikal first, my man, because you're from Indiana. Now you're in the A. You know, you whole different upbringing than us on this side of town. But what is a Kobe Bryant memory that you have? Like, whether it was on the court, off the court, or maybe you met him before. I don't know. What's your Kobe Bryant memory that we can honor him this week?
Well, I think it was about like his last game when he put up. He just went off the last game, and his team just kept feeding him the ball,
60.
feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
And he put up like 60. And his kids and everybody got to see him do it because they thought, you know what I'm saying, that he could get down like that. And so that was like one of my most remembering moments of Kobe, because I remember just watching it. Yeah. And at first I'm like, man, they giving him the ball, and he just kept going. He got hotter and hotter. And it was just amazing to watch. So that was my most memorable moment from Kobe.
So what's that Kobe story, man?
All right, so this was the Lakers playing the Rockets. I want to say this might have been like 05. Rockets are playing the Lakers. It's in the playoffs, so I may have the year wrong, but I think it's 05. And the Rockets are like giving them the business in like the first quarter. We're courtside. My wife and I are courtside watching the game. So I'm talking shit. There you go. Phyzikal representing. I'm talking shit. And then he like looks at me and sees me, like hears me talking shit and proceeds to light us up. I mean, like going in. He shot a 3 in the corner right by my seat, then looked at me and gave me like the shrug. Like, gave me like the Georgia shrug.
That's crazy.
I mean, I was just like, from that day on, because I was a big Jordan guy. And everybody was like, Kobe's the truth, Kobe's the next Jordan. From that day on, I was a Kobe believer.
There it is. So you are responsible for Kobe dropping buckets on Houston. I love how
you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. The honesty, man. It's your fault, bud.
No, that was God's plan. He was meant to be great. I just happened to be in the chair that day.
That's what's up.
But I might have set him off.
You definitely did. Listen, Kobe didn't need motivation. He looked at Bun. He looked at one of the Trillers, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got something for him. I got something for him."
That's what's up. So as the female here, there's been a lot of talk about protect Black women and protect women this year, of course, and last year. And so early this year, you actually took up for Megan Thee Stallion during the Megan and Tory debacle. What made you want to use your platform in that way to, of course, take up for a woman from Texas, but against another artist who is in your industry?
Well, look, Megan is from Houston, and you know, my wife knew her father. You know, we're very protective of each other down here. And it didn't really matter who the person was. Could have been an artist, could have been an athlete, could have been a regular guy on the street. But we had already told Megan, let her know, look, you have great things ahead of you. Like, so whatever happens, just keep moving forward. And if it's a situation that we need to step in for, then we'll do it. But it's important for people from this area, particularly young Black women, to know that they're supported and that people are willing to protect them, you know. And I would have done it for any young lady, but it was even more serious for me because I actually knew Megan, you know. And look, if we can't stand up for people in moments of need, then don't call yourself a friend. I definitely can't call myself an OG.
Wow, that is powerful. And I'm so glad you did that because it really just spoke volumes to the person that you are, being in the industry, and how much we love and appreciate you in this industry. A lot of people were happy that you spoke up for her, including myself.
Thank you.
My man. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure, Bun B, speaking with you. I know you went from the store to the car.
Right.
Now you're probably at the crib.
I just pulled up in the driveway.
I love it. So at least we know how long it took you to get home. It's
cool little 20-minute drive.
Right.
And Phyzikal, thank you so much, my brother. Like, you know, Bun doesn't really rock or stamp anybody that he truly doesn't believe in. Yes. So the fact that you got him on the song and the song is out now, Hands on the Grain, video out now, it says a lot, man. And we're excited to see where you go from here, bro.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Make sure you go stream the song, go watch the video, all that. My man Phyzikal repping Indiana, and of course, the legend, Bun B. This ain't the last time we're going to talk, Bun. We're going to need you up here like once every month.
I'm with it. Let me know.
Well, he's going to be back at Delilah, hopefully soon, performing in that suit. We need to see that again.
Oh, yeah.
How about I do that once a month and then pull up on y'all once a month? We got it.
It's a plan. It's a plan.
Phyzikal, Bun B, it's been a pleasure. You have a great morning.
Thank y'all, man. Tap in with young Phyzikal. He the future, y'all.
Oh, we are super tapped in. We all love it.
Phyzikal, Bun, thank y'all so much. We'll catch you on the next one, all right?
I appreciate it, man.
All right, peace.
Peace.